Aquarius. Welcome, Aquarius, to your April 2023 reading. I promised you guys that I would do your reading early because you guys got shafted last month and had to only get like half a month reading. So here we are, getting ready for April. A few things that are happening in the cosmic sky. Let's talk about that really quick. We have a Libra full moon happening in your ninth house on April 5th, which is leading us up to eclipse season. So this Libra full moon happening in your ninth house is really asking you to look at your belief systems. And this Libra full moon is going to be a precursor to what the Libra new moon, the solar eclipse that'll be happening in October. So you really want to pay attention to what the Libra full moon is telling you, because the new moon during Libra season is going to be a solar eclipse. And so this is kind of that pre-shadow, the foreshadow. That's what I was trying to, like, what's that word? The foreshadowing to what's going to be happening in October for you is what this is going to be going on. And we're leading up to eclipse season with this full moon. So if you're currently like a student, if you're in school, you there may be some things that are sort of coming to a culmination with your schooling or any kind of higher education. Some of you may find that your belief systems are completely changing right now and will be changing even more. Sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. I got to do this because I'm like, what is going on with my part? Just stop to like get the hair situated in the middle of it. I mean, I couldn't. There we go. Better. So anyways, yeah. So like, you guys could be totally looking at your belief systems in a completely different way, and changing all of that as well. So on the 19th is when we have the Aries total solar eclipse happening at 29 degrees. This is happening in your third house of communication and local community and your siblings. So that's the Aquarius rising. But even for like an Aquarius sun, you could find that, for some of you, I know some Aquarius suns that have actually like moved recently. So you could be getting to know your local community. There could be some things that are showing up because of this eclipse season for you, like dramatically, like out of the blue, just kind of falling into your lap when it comes to that. You could be dealing with siblings. You could be learning some lessons when it comes to your siblings if you have siblings. But this Aries total solar eclipse, the interesting things about it, first of all, it's the second Aries new moon that we've had this year. And then we have it's also at 29 degrees. So it's at the anaretic degree, where the last Aries new moon that we had, which was just a few weeks ago. Oh, the kitty's crying. The one that was happening just a few weeks ago, that was at like 0 degrees. So we're really starting this. Hold on one second. I'm going to get him in here. He's got his new harness on, so he's really excited he got to go outside. So funny. Okay, and so then the next eclipse that we're going to have is the full moon eclipse in Scorpio that's happening on May 5th. We'll talk about that for the May readings, but that'll be happening in your 10th house. So, so there's just, a lot of, you gotta, new things are happening. We have eclipse season every single year. There's always an eclipse season every single year, and it's like the 6 months, right? Starts now, and then we have another one in October. And it, it helps us to shift our life, to take a look at what's going on in our life. What are the things that need to end? What are the things that we need to usher in? So these are, it's not to It's not to be afraid of. Like eclipse season is not to fear. It's just about change. It's about, eclipsing things and starting new stuff. So then we also have during this eclipse season, 2 days after the eclipse, Mercury will go retrograde until May 14th. April 5th begins the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. So keep that information. Usually the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde can give you a clue as to what you might be dealing with during Mercury retrograde. And then the post-shadow happens until May 31st. So, excuse me. And this is all happening in your 4th house. So having to do with stability. And I was just talking with Capricorn about that as well. When we are looking at stability in our lives, what does that mean for us? And this is in the sign of Taurus. So your values, like if your material world, if your material life is not matching, it's not mirroring how you feel inside of you and how you feel about your life inside of you, you may find that your stability is questioned, and I've learned in the last several years, since probably 2017, the biggest lesson for me, and it had a lot to do with Saturn being in Capricorn and Saturn being in Aquarius, what stability, like housing stability, looked like. And I learned that all of that stability business, that starts with me. That starts with how I feel about myself. Because if I can't show up for myself and I can't be there for myself, then I'm constantly always going to be struggling, and I'm always going to be suffering and, questioning things and all of that. So power of surrender. We're going to see what it is you guys are surrendering. What is Aquarius surrendering for April? Oh, nice. Oh, you got 2 more. So you got 3 total. Okay, so the first one is surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So surrender your attachment to results. Then we have surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in life. Soar. And I love the tree in that picture. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So, he's crying again. One of the biggest things is reminding ourselves that we're not in a state of lack. Abundance is all around us, and we're not in a state of lack. And that's really hard when it looks like in a material way, that because I know a lot of people are having a hard time with money, with finances right now. And so, when we're looking at our material world and our financial world, and we're looking at all of that and only focusing on that, then yes, we can easily get into that lack mentality, that scarcity belief. All right, so it feels like there's something that you are wanting to do, or there's something that's coming up for you, but the fear that you don't deserve it, or the fear that you're not going to be able to do it. Okay. All right. So we have the 9 of Cups. We have the 7 of Swords, and we have the Page of Swords. Then we have the Empress, and we have the Nine of Swords. So we have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Swords. And it's funny because they're basically the end parts of this entire reading. The Nine of Cups begins it, the Nine of Swords ends it. So the Nine of Cups is the wish card. But I feel like what's happening, sometimes it can be an overindulgence. It can be massive overindulgence as well. So we don't, really make sure that you're paying attention to how much you're drinking, if you're doing, like alcohol, basically, like if you're doing, if you're partaking in any kind of, I'm not against doing any drugs or anything like that. It's just harming yourself to that. Like, I want you to do it intentionally. I don't want you to do it just to distract yourself from life and disassociate from things. The Nine of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Page of Swords. I feel like you really want something to happen, but you're feeling betrayed in a way. Like, I feel like there was a conversation or somebody said something and it was like a betrayal moment, or you're really, there's some kind of betrayal that you're feeling in some way, shape, or form. And a fear, this Nine of Swords with the Empress down here, that Nine of Swords will keep you awake at night. That's like overthinking at its highest level, at the very maximum highest level. So let's see where we're going with this, because I feel like you wanted something and somebody poo-pooed on it, or like just your idea of the way you want to see life, or the things that you want to have in life. And I feel like you're the one that's creating this, and what other people have said to you, that's what's stopping you from moving forward. That's what's stopping you from believing in yourself. It's like, when we have to remember that not everybody's going to give you constructive criticism. Some people are just going to criticize you because they're miserable themselves. I notice, what they say, misery loves company. People are going to try and be miserable no matter what. So Nine of Cups, Temperance. Wow. And this is kind of what I was saying. Like, the Nine of Cups is very Jupiterian. Temperance is Sagittarius energy. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius, but the other thing is, this is your abundance. Abundance is your birthright. If there are things that you want and it's not happening in the time frame that you want it, you can easily fall back into all of these reasons why it's not happening, when in reality, you just got to give it some time. That Seven of Swords, yeah. There's, I've learned so much in the last couple of years, that the power of pouring love onto a situation is huge. Like, you would, how they say, like, kill people with kindness, kind of the same concept. But I don't want you to kill people, obviously, but like being kind and creating kindness from there, kind of the same concept in that way. We have the Knight of Cups with the Seven of Swords. And that's what I mean. Like, I feel like somebody's coming to you to show you that maybe that betrayal was needed. There was some kind of betrayal that happened in your life, but that betrayal was needed. It's like a hindsight is 2020 thing. It was there to open up space. Like, in some way, shape, or form, this betrayal opened up space for you, so that now you can look at things in a different kind of way. Course correction. The Tower comes out. So whatever was said, whatever conversation was had, that made you feel like you were betrayed a little bit, that was meant to happen because things needed to be realigned. The Tower comes along when things need to be realigned. And it's not a comfortable conversation. Obviously, those things don't ever really come with a lot of ease and comfort, but it's necessary. So We have this Empress down here. This could be a mother figure also, but I feel like in a lot of ways, this has to do with, I don't know why I'm still shuffling, but this has to do with, you moving forward. So we get the King of Pentacles on the Empress. I don't know why, but I feel like for some of you, this is about, because oftentimes the King of Pentacles can be like a bank or like a loan guy or something like that. So I feel like for some of you, you're starting a new creative effort. The King of Pentacles feels like a boss in this. You might be dealing with a Taurus energy. Some of you are going to go out on your own, like business wise. Like I feel, there are cups here. The only pentacle is this King of Pentacles, but for some reason it feels like some of you are going to become entrepreneurs or do something on your own. And then we have this Seven of the cat. We have the Seven of Cups with the Nine of Swords. That confusion is definitely the Seven of Cups confusion can definitely put you in that Nine of Swords state of mind. I don't want you losing sleep over this course correction. Like sometimes things just, they gotta happen. It's gotta be a thing in order. What are you doing? Get down from there. Sorry, the cat. Yeah, life just, it wasn't promised that everything was going to go smoothly, and easily. But I feel like this course correction that's happened in your life almost came at a perfect time. It's like almost like you really needed this to happen, but believing is going to make things better. So the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. So the energy is shifting, the energy is changing. Things are going to start moving forward more rapidly than what you're used to. I feel like there's going to be a bigger shift and movement forward than what you're used to. So when in doubt, go within. I don't think April's going to be a super easy month for you, but I feel like by the end of it, you might understand why. And even if it's not the end of April, it'll be May at some time. You'll understand why things had to happen the way that they had to happen. But yeah, that Knight of Cups, this keeps on staring at me. This Knight of Cups with the Seven of Swords. It's hard to keep composure. When you feel like you've been done wrong in some way, it's really hard to keep composure. So it's crucial though. Learning how to respond instead of react is going to really be beneficial for you, I think. But yeah, keep creating and stay focused on, what it is that you truly, truly, truly want. Having the reading start with, this is what I want. Like, I feel like there's, you're sure of it. With this Nine of Cups and Temperance, like, this is what I want. I just need to be balanced enough to get there. I need to take the steps to get there. And instead of thinking that you can't do it, or instead of being attached, right? Attached to a certain result, right? Surrender your attachment to results. Being attached to a certain result, it's always going to disappoint you. That expectation every time. So, in the liminal space, like I've been talking about that limbo, being in that liminal space or being in that limbo. I have discussed this with every single sign already this month. And where that liminal space may be super duper uncomfortable, there are still things that are happening around behind the scenes that we can't see, but it's still happening. So I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Really allow yourselves to go with the flow when times are hard this April. Not suffering through all of that is going to be, because this Nine of Swords is suffering, right? You're like literally putting yourself right in the middle of the suffering. So not suffering through it is going to be your key to getting through it. So I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye.